Şimdi Mobilite ekseninde şehir planlama konuşacağız. Yunanistan'dan bir misafirimiz var. Dünyada hepimizi çok zorlayan trafik problemine aslında farklı bir bakış açısı ve şehir planlamasındaki aslında öneminden bahsedecek. Ve kendisini sahneye davet etmek istiyorum. Sotiris, please welcome on stage.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody. It's been a long day. I'll keep it light and as happy as possible with a lot of pictures, very little diagrams and numbers. I'm very happy to be back in Istanbul. I lived here 6 years, so I understand your pain and the paradox of holding a mobility conference in this city. I want to start with a few facts. The main fact that we all know is that cities are built around mobility. A city we all know, London, was built around mobility. Only the Romans didn't make a highway. They found the highway and they built the city around it. So Thames is the highway where everything moved and the city was built to it. Of course, we progressed. And around 60, 70 years ago, we decided to start cutting rivers in the cities. And with no regard of what would happen in the future, we see this is a fantastic example in London. What I love about this picture is this one. So it's this monster ready. It has all these exits ready to go and bite a bit more of space. This is Los Angeles. This is another river in the city. I don't know how anybody could cross this. And of course, we don't need to go far. I mean, also this is Phoenix. We're talking 70%. 70% is occupied by streets. 70% of the area. And I mean, we don't need to go really very far. If we all live here and we try to go to Arnavutköy for a coffee or a wine, it should be 35 minutes. But then, what are these minutes? What is this quality? I mean, everybody should be able to walk from work to home in half an hour. It's fine, yeah? So this is, phase number one. And, when we arrive in Akmerkez, we want to cross the street. And you would think, okay, it doesn't have here, but it has a cross behind me, but it doesn't. And only when we arrive near Neshemore, that I loved to spend my Saturday nights, only when we arrive there, we start getting this feeling again, yeah, maybe I can walk home, maybe I can arrive here. This is Sao Paulo. I think rumors say that these cars are still there. This is Bangkok. I've been there. They look like this, actually. This is how it looks like. And but what am I showing you? Different cities. You guys are the champions of the world. Respect. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I mean, this is not mobility. This is captivity. Yeah, you guys are prisoners in little metal pods. You think it's great, like my own car, and I heard all the talks today. And okay, the question is now, I need to come up with answers, yeah? Okay, so this is a fantastic diagram. I don't know if you understand what it is. I think you're guessing. None of us could do this, neither in Athens, not here. Exactly the same way we don't understand what he's talking about is the Tokyo subway system. So some cities have actually worked it out, and this is like insanely efficient. Everybody gets everywhere. Of course, I have to tell you, it has no English, so I know somebody who got lost in there for 5 hours trying to get up. And another city that was super successful was Vienna. Vienna has 4 or 5 different systems of circulation overlapping and underlapping with each other. So it has 2 circles of U-Bahn. It has radial U-Bahns. It has a circle of peripheral S-Bahn, which is the Schnellbahn of trains. It has tram lines that crisscross like this, and it has the buses that do the special moves. So from new neighborhoods to different neighborhoods that you wouldn't expect. And of course, it has fantastic pedestrian pavements and bicycles. The other city who integrated everything is Copenhagen, removed roads, put bicycles, and combined everything together with the metro and with bicycle parking and bicycle mobility. And of course, Amsterdam, where I'm going tomorrow, I have to tell you, and I'm really happy. These cities that I showed you now, can go back, these cities are the successful ones. There are other cities like ours, and when I say ours, I mean everything in this part of the world, that due to financial reasons, archaeological reasons, topographic reasons, density reasons, they could not actually make what Vienna or Amsterdam or Tokyo has done. So they moved to resolve it with, sometimes with punitive measures. So you have this borsa of tolls, depending what time you move, you actually pay more. Or you have forbidden zones, like in Milano or center of Athens, or you have days that you can go with, the odd numbers on odd days and the even numbers on even days, which is Mexico. Athens is also like that. The point being is people went and bought a second car. So, you just throw money on it and it doesn't make it any better. I mean, then other cities said, okay, let's unify all the applications, make it very easy for people to move forward. And, we have in Beijing, we have this, this application. Hakano told me about it. You move around, you rent a bike, you pay the taxi, you take the bus, everything. The same with WIM. And then you have policies. So Dubai is trying now, subtly, because Dubai is suffering from traffic, especially after COVID. So it's trying now subtly to convince that, the public servants have Friday, maybe have Wednesday off, the offices and stuff. And then we come to the autonomous car. Everybody talked about it today. I'm not going to spend so much time. It's just like this wonderful feeling. I mean, I'm stepping and suddenly this lady is reading, I don't know, fantastic magazine and all these beautiful lights around and this thing is moving and brilliant. I love it. And it's already, the autonomous car is successful. They're using it in California, in Phoenix. It picks you up and it takes you places. But if that moves forward, and if that occupies everything, who owns this fleet? And if somebody owns this fleet, and it's like Uber, eventually, and it's not a completely a monopoly, but it's like two, three companies that run everything, who controls the streets? Is it like the society, is it the city, or is it Uber? And there is a hard fact that we all keep forgetting. An autonomous car is still a car. It needs a street, it needs junctions, it needs space to move, and you can get that, or you could get that as well. It's not the solution for everything. Autonomous car is a very special case. It needs parking. Parking, yes, okay, we use it, as they said before, instead of having one car for one person, we have one car for 30 people per day. Great. And it still needs parking. Parking in Turkey, and I know because I built here, the average parking area for a mall or for a residential is calculated 32 to 35 square meters for one parking spot. In Middle East that I am now, in Dubai, it's calculated at 42 to 45 square meters. This is proper land that it occupies. And, you know, this land is very expensive. This is photographs from Istanbul. This land is very expensive. And actually, space in Istanbul is the equivalent of currency. If you have space, you have money. And how do we spend this money? Do we spend them like this? And because I don't want to leave Greece out of this, of course, we see this amazing pavement and how we use that space as well. So the reality is this. And this is hard reality. Nobody can dispute that. Even if you have the most amazing, efficient, autonomous car, per lane, 1,600. That's it. Subway, below the ground, 27,000 both ways. Bus lane, 7,000. And of course, protected cyclists. And when we say cyclists, again, it doesn't mean that you have to suffer going up the hill. Now the bicycles have completely developed. The batteries, Richard, are going to weigh half a kilo, and they're going to go for many kilometers. You can go up and down the hills. And the bicycle, sorry about this stocky image, I'll come back to it. The bicycle takes around half a square meter to park. Yeah? Why? Now, okay, I gave you the facts. Now let's go back. Why have we arrived here? Why do we need 2.5 hours a day to travel in Istanbul? Because we broke the city down in silos. I live there. I hope you don't live there. This is Turkey, by the way. I work there. Somebody laughed there. Okay. I work there, which is Maslak, and I shop there, which is Istinia Park, I hope. So these are three different, okay, Maslak and Istinia Park are pretty close. I could have put Mall of Istanbul or something. These are three different areas. These are three completely distinct zones. And slowly, like the frog in the boiling pot where you put him with cold water and he doesn't jump out, and slowly you boil him, slowly you have one boiled. Slowly we all, me included, because I was here 6 years, we always thought that it's okay, it's only 1 hour, 20 minutes away. My work, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. The man, by splitting the city, you work there, we split the citizen. There is an answer to this. One of the answers to this is that it's called the 15-minute city. It's actually a very old concept. It was brought again 30, 40 years ago. It's very popular now in the States. The 15-minute city is not a geographical. It's a place where within 15 minutes from your house, you can actually take care of your health, go to school, entertain yourself, buy your bakery, reuse or find a workshop, eat healthy, learn and work. Now we've all been there, maybe not all of us, but we've all seen it. Small towns in the countryside behave like this. Sustainable neighborhoods behave like this. It's a city. This is not a utopia. This is Seattle. AI, and I'll tell you later about the smart city, is already indicating, you tell him, by walking and I need to know how is 15 minutes, what's my center? Tuck, tuck, it gives you. If you put bicycle, it gives you a different center for 15-minute city. If you put bus, it gives you a different center. So, sorry about the, this is also 15-minute city. I live there, I work there, I go for drinks there. Barcelona has done it. They unified 9 blocks. They got that. Nobody expected to work. They said, no, we'll keep the cars in the periphery. These are the spaces they're getting. These are the spaces they're getting. So how do we get to the 15-minute city? We have 3 tools that I know of. The first tool is the smart city. The smart city that we all talk about. What is the smart city? The smart city is sensors, data that goes around. What am I going to do with this data? No, it's not like that. The real smart city is a nervous system that works for us, works to diminish the friction of everyday life. It works. Today, we know where the bus is going. Tomorrow, the smart city will tell us when we need to leave and how we will get there. The smart city can organize the logistics. We keep forgetting in mobility that logistics, cargo, is a huge burden in the city. This is traffic. Maybe they move only during those and those hours. And the smart city, of course, doesn't have to look like this. It can look like this. And this is a new smart city already designed. Smart city doesn't mean that we all become aliens or something and wear spacesuits. It can be our own same city that's adjusted. Smart city is the one. Micromobility is the second. Micromobility, you all get it. It's all over the place already. It's a real tool. And it doesn't have to be in 2 wheels. It can be also in 4 wheels. It can take my father who's 89 and is not working anymore. Automatized to take him to his healthcare. The 15 minutes that were, 3 kilometers wide, with micromobility becomes 7 kilometers wide. This should be enhanced. This is working in Amsterdam. For real. The cargo. Micromobility also allows for the last mile. They call the Americans call the last mile when you get on the scooter to go the last mile, to go to the underground, fold your scooter, go to work. And these three, the smart city, the micromobility, give us the reclaimed space. Sorry, the third one is the reclaimed space. If we move the cars away, the currency I was talking about before, about how expensive it is to keep cars in the middle of the city, they give us space. What do we do with this space? This is Seoul. It used to be a river. They had this fantastic idea to make this highway over the river, and then they had a more fantastic idea afterwards to take away this highway and give it back to the city. So that currency, they cashed it. And that's the result. In Paris, they cashed it, and that's the result. You can change this to this, to this, this to that. That's a result. Immediately, you see that if you reclaim your space, this currency has completely different value you can move forward with. This is Rio Madrid. This is a fantastic project. They actually ripped 45 kilometers of highway and put it underground, and they gave this 10 kilometers park in the middle of the city. Imagine the benefit. And I'm not talking only about simple pedestrianization. This is standard. Everybody knows what that means, and everybody knows what this means in terms of the value of the property around here, and of course the quality of life. And mobility means equity. Mobility is for everybody. If this person cannot move around, then nobody should be moving around. And I could end my lecture here, but then I remembered this guy. Do you know him? I thought everybody knew him. I don't know why. I thought he became viral. So this man, he was paragliding in Bursa, and decided he was too late to go to work, so he just used his paraglide and he went to work directly. And this is lovely, you know, everybody loved it. And then I remembered this situation, which I sent to you, Hakan. So this one, it costs right now $200,000. I think it will be cheaper very soon. It takes off vertically because of the geometry and some details. And this guy decided to live on top of the mountain. And it takes him 20 minutes to go to work in the morning, in the city. So what I mean is, yes, the 15-minute city and the stability of not needing to move, but you also sometimes want to move. And there is a paradox here. And in all our lives, the more stable we become, the more mobile we're fantasizing of going. You know, I wish I was there. I wish I could have a trip. I wish. But the ones that travel often, like Richard, for example, I mean, I'm sure you wish you didn't see your passport for a couple of months. Like you just sat there and you didn't have to take a plane. So there's this duality in how we want to live our lives. And I strongly believe that the future keeps this duality alive. You see now, it's already happening in Lisbon Digital Nomads. In Berlin, people go and work, you know, they code by day, club by night. Already Estonia has established a serious e-nomad visa. And now we're at a level where the nomads actually organize themselves in which retreats they're going to be going into Asia, which is cheap, and if they're going to go to Bali or Japan or occupy some empty village. In Switzerland, we're talking about the hyper-commuters. People spend 1.5 hours and they work in Zurich in the morning, and then they live in the Alps like Heidi in the afternoon, and it's normal. And then you have this van movement, and it's not small, it's actually huge. And I'm sure that's not only me that I'm a, you know, like, I wish I had one of these vans, because it's just a complete house. And you just take it wherever you want, and you can work from a lake in the afternoon. And you have the tiny house movement, where you don't really need a huge property, and you know, you could be away. And you have the tiny house communities now that are being built. So how do we get these places organized? And I mean, the city is the womb of everything. The city gives birth to everything we know, to innovation, to love, to education, to culture. There's nothing happening without the city. But also isolation is something we want. Nature is something we want. And this is my last image, and this image is about equity. And I'll tell you why. This cafe on the left is as far away as this picture from the right as you would take from Akatlar to Şehir. Maybe less. In this cafe, the plumber is going to go and have his coffee. The white collar is going to go and have his coffee. And within 25, 30 minutes, both of them can be riding their bicycle in Wienerwald. This is Central Cafe in Vienna, this is Wienerwald. It's half an hour away. Mobility is about raising the ones that are in difficult position. It's about equity, it's about giving opportunities. It's not only about the wealthy, the able-bodied, the connected, it's about everybody. Mobility should be for everybody. And this is what we need to think. And the future has to be human-centric. Whether we decide to live our lives in the middle of the city, or whether we want to live our lives in nature, technology will allow us. But whatever we might do, it should be a choice. We should move by choice, not by force. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thanks.
Sotiris, ευχαριστώ.
Παρακαλώ, you should try to